What's up, lore masters? So in Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, Order 66 was one of the most heartfelt tragedies. The Jedi, who had defended the Republic for 1,000 generations, were killed by the very troops they had served with, the very troops they had become brothers with. It was one of the biggest betrayals in the entire mythos of Star Wars. Given all that the Jedi had done, why would the galaxy turn so easily on them? It's certainly more than the oppressive regime of the Empire. Today we'll take up... Oh God, not again!
A virus has been detected.
Hey, Lore! Hope you don't mind, I thought I'd just pop in and say hi.
How the heck did you hack my network?
You really need to change your password.
Oh, wow, I just have it saved in Chrome. What was it?
Your password is... it's password.
So 5 reasons that the galaxy thought Order 66 was justified?
Let's just get into it.
Number 5. This is perhaps the weakest of the evidence, but for the Separatists, this was a huge betrayal. The Separatist planets, as far as they knew, simply did not want to be a part of a corrupt government, of the Republic. They wanted their freedom. The Jedi, who based their entire legacy on goodness and to help folks be free from oppression, were now the oppressors. It would be as if monks who had totally talked about how great freedom was, not supporting someone who wanted freedom. In fact, were helping them be oppressive.
Now we know the truth behind this. The Sith were controlling the strings, and the Jedi were fighting the Sith and the evil Confederacy. They didn't necessarily care if people chose not to be a part of the Republic. But this does go back to the Jedi not communicating well with the public.
Which leads us to number 4. The Jedi had become arrogant, especially towards the end of the war. They often felt things were Jedi affairs and that the Chancellor and military command didn't need to know or be informed. They also didn't allow themselves to be propagandized. The secretive nature of the Jedi and lack of PR only strengthened the idea that the Jedi had been wanting to do an internal coup. It honestly wasn't hard to believe that the Jedi had decided they wanted to take over, especially when they headed the war, they created the clones, they had done everything you wanted to do if you wanted to stage a coup.
Yeah, it's hard to distinguish between everything that's happening and what the public would have known. While we know that there was a lot being orchestrated behind the scenes, it is telling that they would not include themselves as part of the hierarchy at certain points. The Jedi had been their own order, keeping to their own affairs, and they had worked for the public, but not served as military commanders. And Palpatine took extreme advantage of this.
Are you ready for the controversial one?
Oh, please, God, tell me we're not going there.
Number 3. One of the most controversial pieces of the Jedi was that they would go throughout the galaxy and find young children, and then take them to be trained as Jedi. At first, this wasn't as bad, given that they were being trained to be some of the greatest heroes of the Republic. However, towards the end of the war, and definitely when Palpatine came into power, the propaganda would say that the Jedi took babies to help them fight their war, that they brainwashed them. Ironic, given the episodes we see in the actual Clone Wars series.
Look, this is a pretty tough topic to get into. I don't think anyone would condone it in the real world, but we also don't have enough information to make a conclusive decision. In what is now considered canon, not legend, we don't know if parental permission was given or what the cultural impacts were. It's simply one of those...
poorly thought out and even worse written out traits of the Jedi?
Tragically underexplored and woefully underexplained aspects.
Number 2. One of the most telling aspects is the fall of the Jedi from light to gray, even with Jedi Masters.
Whoa. Hold up. Are you trying to say that the Jedi stopped being from the light side of the Force? You've got to be kidding me.
I'm just being honest. In the Clone Wars animated series, we see multiple times where Jedi turn from light to dark. Barriss Offee and Pong Krell, to name just a few. And then you have Obi-Wan condoning murder.
No, stop! Don't you dare take the name of Obi-Wan Kenobi in vain. He would never condone murder in any way. He's one of the greatest characters in Clone Wars.
Except he did. In Slaves of the Republic, we see Obi-Wan is enslaved, and at the end of that arc, he allows a clone to kill the head honcho, when he could have easily just captured the man.
But
And in Voyage of Temptation, we see Obi-Wan be fine with the fact that Anakin kills a man in cold-blooded murder. Sure, the man had captured Satine, he was ready to blow the ship up, but Anakin was behind him and had the element of surprise. He could have disabled the guy, knocked him out, or used the Force. What did he do? Put a lightsaber through his chest, and Obi-Wan responds with, "Oh, that Anakin."
well,
And even if we completely let Obi-Wan go, let's look at Yoda. Yoda. In the episode Destiny, Yoda has to fight his dark side, which had been culminating in him around the war. The strongest and best Jedi of the entire Order was going to succumb to the dark side. And you are telling me that it can't be seen in the others?
okay. I think you're being a bit too biased here, but I could see how it might look like the Jedi were not the harbingers of the light, especially since they're all dead and couldn't defend themselves.
Number 1. And finally, the attempted assassination of Emperor Palpatine.
Oh, come on! They were trying to stop a Sith.
That's true, but they also had other alternatives. Order 65, the courts, the Senate. Sure, they thought he controlled them all, but going over to kill him did them no favors. Let's say that they were able to subdue him, or kill him. What do you think would have happened?
Okay, I'll grant that even if they were successful, if he had as much power as they stated, they would have been tried for treason and the order probably dispersed, if not open fighting to begin with.
Which does show they were in a losing proposition anyway. But had they tried the other ways, at least the Emperor would not have been able to take power as easily as he had. Well, I gotta say, this has been fun. Thanks so much for coming, Jay. Glad to have you on. I'll have to come over to your channel and do something. Maybe people should go over there and take a look at your next episode where I play a part.
Definitely! And if you guys want to see what actual talent looks like, go ahead and jump on over to my channel and take a look.
Well, thanks again. Hey, wait a minute.